Meat is being cut behind the restaurant on the ground. I want to make sure that's not being served to customers.
No, no, no.
Let's be real for a second. Just because a restaurant has a glowing sign and a long line outside doesn't mean it's safe to eat there. Behind those booths and bottomless bread baskets, some of your favorite chains are hiding some seriously shady secrets. From kitchens dirtier than a gas station bathroom to food practices that would make your stomach flip, this list isn't just juicy, it might actually save your gut. So before you book that next family dinner or date night, you might want to know which spots could be serving you more than you bargained for. We've dug through the grime, the lawsuits, the shocking inspections, and what we found will make you question everything about your favorite table for two. Here are the 10 most dangerous places to eat in 2025, starting with a few you definitely didn't expect. Number 1. Red Lobster, the Titanic of seafood chains. Red Lobster was once the king of casual seafood. Now, it's a sinking ship that's taking customers with it. You walk in expecting buttery biscuits and fresh shrimp. What you might actually get is cross-contaminated seafood, spoiled shellfish, and a back kitchen that couldn't pass a high school science lab inspection. In 2024, Red Lobster abruptly closed over 50 locations after multiple waves of bad press and health violations. Inspections revealed moldy prep areas, improper seafood storage, and employees who hadn't been properly trained in food safety. Some former workers even confessed online that items like lobster tails and crab legs were sometimes thawed and refrozen several times before hitting your plate. That's not just gross, it's dangerous. Worse yet, the chain filed for bankruptcy protection, and with it came major cutbacks. Fewer employees, less oversight, and shrinking budgets mean even less care being taken in the kitchen. When your bottom line is bleeding, food quality and hygiene are often the first things to go. And with all-you-can-eat shrimp promotions backfiring due to massive losses, the brand is clinging to gimmicks instead of fixing the rot. Want seafood that won't give you food poisoning? You're better off cooking frozen shrimp at home. Number 2. Olive Garden, where cleanliness is not unlimited. Look, everyone loves unlimited breadsticks, but what if I told you that Olive Garden might be serving up more bacteria than bruschetta? Health departments in multiple states flagged locations for violations ranging from food held at unsafe temperatures to raw chicken being stored near ready-to-eat salads. One viral TikTok from 2023 showed a former employee exposing the walk-in fridge, spoiled meats, cross-contamination, and produce sitting in filthy water. That's not Italian. That's insane. And then there's the issue with reheated food. According to whistleblowers, much of the pasta is pre-cooked in large batches and simply reheated throughout the day. Now that's not illegal, but it sure doesn't scream freshly made. Add to that pest problems at several locations. We're talking roaches behind ovens and rodents in storage. And suddenly that tour of Italy feels more like a tour of the CDC's greatest fears. The worst part? Corporate knows, but many locations are franchised, and those owners cut corners to keep costs down. Cleanliness? Optional? Food safety? Negotiable? Number 3, Cracker Barrel, the country charm distraction. It might feel like a warm hug from grandma when you walk into Cracker Barrel, but behind the rocking chairs and antique decor lies a much uglier truth. Cracker Barrel has faced a series of legal issues and public health complaints, including undercooked meats, dirty prep areas, and even foodborne illness outbreaks in multiple states. In 2024, one location in Texas had its kitchen temporarily shut down after inspectors found raw chicken juices dripping onto trays of cooked hash browns. Breakfast with a side of salmonella? No thanks. Even worse, some locations reportedly recycle oil for far too long. frying up everything from bacon to chicken tenders in the same murky vat for days. Employees say they're pressured to stretch supplies during peak hours, leading to sloppy prep and risky shortcuts. That country fried steak? It might have been sitting under a heat lamp longer than your last road trip. And let's not ignore the diversity and discrimination lawsuits the company keeps settling quietly. A charming facade can't cover for systemic problems that put people and your plate at risk. So, yeah, nostalgia's great, but food safety? That should be non-negotiable. 4. P.F. Chang's. Fancy vibes, frozen lies. P.F. Chang's wants you to believe you're dining at a modern-day emperor's table. Dark wood, dim lighting, stone horses standing guard, like it's the Great Wall of Stir-Fry. But the only thing fresh about this place might be the decor. Behind those decorative dragons and overpriced lettuce wraps, a kitchen full of shortcuts and a reputation that's cracking faster than a fortune cookie. Multiple former employees have dropped the chopsticks and spilled the truth. Pre-prepped veggies, sauces pumped from industrial bags, and frozen dumplings that travel farther than most of us do in a year. That sizzling wok? It might have just reheated a week-old stir-fry from a central facility 3 states away. And the prices? $17 for lo mein that tastes like it came out of a microwave in an airport lounge. Add a cocktail, and suddenly your casual dinner for 2 breaks $60. Not including the tip for the server who just clocked in after a 9-hour shift with no backup. Because yes, understaffing is another dirty little secret they'd rather you not notice. Service is hit or miss, depending on the night and the location. Some guests report waiting 30-plus minutes for appetizers. Others say their dishes came out lukewarm, and not in a gourmet way, more like a forgotten left on the counter vibe. And let's not pretend the company's hands are clean. P.F. Chang's has dealt with multiple lawsuits and complaints over workplace discrimination and food safety issues. It's the kind of drama you expect from reality TV, not your Mongolian beef. If you're craving Asian fusion, your local mom-and-pop Thai joint probably has better flavors, better service, and way less MSG-induced regret. 5. TGI Fridays, the party's over. Remember when going to Fridays actually felt like a celebration? Cheap drinks, quirky servers wearing too many pins, and appetizers for days? Well, the only thing they're serving up now is disappointment, and maybe a side of freezer burn. This chain has been fading faster than your New Year's resolutions. With locations closing left and right and customer complaints piling up like dirty plates in the dish pit, TGI Fridays is a cautionary tale in brand decay. Recent health inspections have turned up everything from food stored at improper temperatures to unsanitary kitchen conditions that would make Gordon Ramsay walk out mid-shift. The food? Reheated, recycled, and ridiculously overpriced. One customer described their burger as a hockey puck with cheese. Mozzarella sticks arrive lukewarm, steaks taste like cardboard, and cocktails are mostly sugar with a hint of regret. Even their attempts at reinvention, digital kiosks, menu overhauls, and awkwardly modern decor, feel like lipstick on a pig, and not even a tasty pig. More like one that's been sitting under a heat lamp since lunch. Staff turnover is another red flag. Former employees mention being overworked, undertrained, and expected to make magic happen with no supplies and a broken fryer. When morale is that low, don't expect your quesadilla explosion salad to arrive looking Instagram-worthy. In 2025, Fridays is more of a Sunday hangover, tired, out of touch, and hoping you'll come back out of habit. But if you're still eating here, it might be time to upgrade your nostalgia. 6. Dennys, the midnight mistake. We get it. It's 2 a.m., you're half asleep, and Dennys is the only light on for miles. But be warned, what you're walking into isn't just a diner, it's a gamble with your gut. Denny's has been slapped with more lawsuits than you've had Grand Slam breakfasts. Allegations range from racial discrimination to food poisoning to employee abuse. If there's a corporate bingo card of red flags, they've nearly filled it. Food safety? Hit or miss, depending on the franchise. Inspectors have reported raw meat stored next to produce, rodent sightings, filthy ice machines, and kitchen equipment that looks like it survived Y2K. One report from Florida described an entire fridge with mold buildup and leaking fluids. And yes, they were still using it. Then there's the food itself. Pancakes that taste like packing foam, eggs that might have been cracked last week, coffee that could double as paint thinner, and don't expect consistency. Order the same dish twice, and you're rolling the dice on whether it comes out edible or Instagram fail-worthy. Many locations run on skeleton crews, with one cook and one server trying to feed 30 tables. That's not service, that's survival mode. And when you're running a marathon in a kitchen that hasn't seen a deep clean in a decade, things get missed. Important things. So yeah, Denny's might be cheap and open 24/7, but if you value your stomach lining, you might want to keep driving. There's a gas station microwave burrito with your name on it that's probably safer. 7. Panera Bread. Clean food, dirty secrets. Panera wants you to believe it's the Whole Foods of fast casual, artisanal bread, freshly tossed salads, and a big old promise of clean food. But clean branding doesn't always equal a clean kitchen. Panera has quietly racked up a trail of controversies that would make any health-conscious customer lose their appetite. In 2023, they faced public backlash after several locations were found with moldy prep stations, poor refrigeration, and expired ingredients still in use. In one instance, a whistleblower revealed that the fresh avocado spread came pre-packaged and was often served well past its best-by date. The food might look Instagrammable, but behind the scenes, it's more like a food stylist's fever dream. Plastic-wrapped pastries, soups reheated from frozen bags, and sandwiches slapped together by overworked staff running on fumes. And let's talk about the charged lemonade scandal. This caffeinated energy drink in disguise was linked to multiple health incidents, including 2 deaths. Lawsuits followed, and the company was forced to reconsider how it markets high caffeine beverages, especially to teens and unsuspecting older customers. When your health food cafe is being sued over dangerous drinks, it's time to admit the menu isn't the only thing that needs cleaning up. 8. IHOP. Pancakes and pest problems. IHOP, the International House of Pancakes, and, depending on the location, possibly the International House of Pests. What should be a family-friendly breakfast spot has become a breeding ground for more than just short stacks and syrup. Several locations across the country have been cited for rodent infestations, roaches, and food storage violations. One health inspection in California found rodent droppings near pancake batter and mold in the ice machine. Another in New York reported raw eggs left out at room temperature for hours. That's not a recipe, that's a biohazard. And the staffing? Inconsistent at best. Many employees report minimal training, poor management, and chaotic kitchens. One former line cook said they had to cook 40-plus orders during a rush with only one functioning griddle, a disaster just waiting to happen. Let's not forget the infamous kitchen video leaks. Footage from behind the scenes showing grimy surfaces, food dropped and reused, and plates being wiped with dirty rags. That all-day breakfast suddenly feels like an all-day risk. If your idea of brunch includes food safety roulette, then by all means, grab a booth. But if not, you might want to flip those pancakes somewhere else. 9. Applebees, where standards go to die. Applebees used to be the poster child for neighborhood dining. Now, it's where culinary standards go to retire. Step inside, and you're likely to encounter microwaved meals, sticky menus, and a dining experience that feels like reheated nostalgia. Health inspections in several states have revealed cross-contamination, pest issues, and improper food storage. In one location, raw chicken was found stored above cooked vegetables. A food safety no-no so basic it should be printed on their menus. Former employees have shared horror stories, expired ingredients used to cut waste, food prepped hours, sometimes days, in advance, and managers turning a blind eye to infractions to keep costs down. Want fries with that? They might have been cooked in grease older than your Facebook account. The food itself? Bland, inconsistent, and often disappointing. From limp salads to steak that taste like regret, Applebee's seems more focused on cheap drink specials than quality control. And the worst part? People keep going back. Not because it's good, but because it's familiar. That's what makes Applebee's so dangerous. It lulls you into thinking, it's fine, while quietly cutting corners on safety and freshness. In 2025, this neighborhood bar and grill might be the most tired joint in town, and unless you're nostalgic for mediocrity, it might be time to unfriend your local Applebee's. Number 10, McDonald's, the Golden Arches, tarnished reputation. You knew this one was coming. McDonald's might be the most iconic fast food chain on the planet, but that golden glow? It's hiding a long list of reasons to think twice before ordering that Big Mac. Let's start with sanitation. Across the country, McDonald's locations have been repeatedly flagged for health violations, improper food storage, pest infestations, and even reports of employees skipping basic hygiene. In 2024, a viral video showed an employee using a mop to clean both the floors and the prep tables, in that order. Suddenly, those fries taste a little less crispy, and don't think the drive-thru saves you. The same shortcuts that happen behind the counter impact every customer. Food sitting under heat lamps for hours, machines that rarely get cleaned, and touchscreen kiosks that tested positive for, wait for it, fecal bacteria in multiple studies. Yep, you're not just ordering a burger, you're rolling the dice on E. coli. Then there's the meat. Despite claims of using 100% beef, former suppliers have admitted to using low-grade cuts and aggressive processing methods to keep costs down. Add in ammonia-washed filler and artificial preservatives, and your quarter pounder is looking more like a chemistry experiment than a meal. McDonald's has also been a magnet for labor controversies, from underpaid staff to unsafe working conditions. One former worker said the grill area gets so hot during rush hour, it feels like being slow roasted along with the patties. Combine that with high turnover and rush training, and you've got a recipe for mistakes. Of course, none of this has slowed down the global juggernaut, because convenience still reigns. But next time you swing through for a quick bite, just remember, the fastest food often cuts the most corners. These restaurants aren't just slipping. They're serving up danger with a side of fries. Whether it's outdated kitchens, risky food practices, or corporate corner cutting, each spot on this list proves one thing. A familiar name doesn't guarantee a safe meal. If you care about what's on your plate and what's going into your body, it might be time to skip the chains and start supporting local spots that still take pride in what they serve. Your gut and your wallet will thank you. And hey, if this video saved you from one stomachache or shady entree, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe for more brutally honest breakdowns, and drop a comment with the worst chain meal you ever had. We might just feature it next time on Frugal Pro.